Hi everybody, welcome back to the Airstream renovations. We've had a good couple weeks since our last video. Our electrician has started putting in the trailer light system that'll be hooked up to the truck when we're driving, as those are already all installed. So we got some of this waterproof conduit for the lines to run through the frame channels. It's like the brake line, electric brakes are hooked up, it's going to the front there. Shelly can show you the 5x5 box where everything will be going to, and then hooked up to the harness, which will hook up to the truck. And then we'll have a junction box at the back for all the lights back there to meet. And then go into the waterproof conduit, which will come up to this one here, meet up with the side lights, and then up to the front. So that's coming along good, probably one more evening and that'll be done. The whole underneath is finally finished. Lots of rivets, lots of caulking, lots of patches. There's no holes left. And I re-fastened up to the frame where rivets had popped out just from old age. Right here is where the fresh water tank will go back in. I'm not going to do that until the electrical's finished because it's kind of near it, and that's just a slide in a piece of aluminum attached to a 3/4 inch treated plywood, and then that rests in the frame, and then the fresh water tank sits on top of that so it can't fall through because it's pretty heavy. We got the gray water tank back in the pan. I replaced the two panels that were under the black water tank because they were just toast, so I put a whole new aluminum piece in there. Nice and shiny. So yeah, it's been a lot of work underneath. I'm pretty sore, but it's done. I don't have to do it anymore. We ripped out that front compartment that we were going to keep right there, and we'll patch that once the floor is in. And then if we need access in there, we'll make a new hole. I'd rather just have no issues with old stuff. We were able to reuse a lot of the old trailer wire for the lights, but we got for the trailer lights. And on Friday I went and picked up our solar system, which is pretty awesome. 400 watts flexi panels, 4 of them, so 100 watt each. 3 112 amp hour AGM batteries, fully sealed, so they don't have to be vented or kept up. So that's great. That'll sit under the bed. It will be our battery bank, and then we'll have access through the wall of the bathroom, and all that stuff will come up through that wall up into the ceiling and run lines up in here where these channels are, and dropping down to wherever we need plugs and lights, and all that wire will be new. So yeah, that's coming along really well. So once the electrical and the floor is done, and we figured out some of our plumbing and water pump system and all that, we can start putting the floor in. So we're hoping to start doing that next weekend, at least have the front and back done, so we can pop the corner panels back in. Just to get the floor in, we need access from underneath, and then as we do the other areas of the floor, we'll pop the belly down so we can reach and get a bolt up through into the floor from the frame, which will be a little tricky. And I have to get some 2x4s and literally hug the frame back in so it lines up with the old holes, because after you take the floor out, the bottom just popped out like that. So we'll get some spikes and some 2x4s and just compression fit so that it just snugs it in before we put the floor back in. So that's the next step, and then we get the easy part, all the new work, which is going to be a lot of fun, I think. So far it has been fun, but it's been a lot of tough work. The other stuff will be easy. Alright, thanks for coming by. See you next time.